Hey guys, this is Buck. I've got a Honda Pioneer 1000 with a dual battery setup, so I wanted to do a video, hopefully give people a few different ideas how they can set theirs up. I kind of tweak mine how I like it. So, and the main reason you do this to a Honda Pioneer is this is your main battery, and it's what operates your clutches. So if you put a bunch of accessories on it and pull the voltage down, you have the potential for your clutches to not fully engage and disengage, and that can cause premature failure or burn your clutches up. So this is the isolator kit I went with. It's a box. You can get that off eBay or Amazon. So basically what it does, 12 volt comes from your battery to here. This is just a quick little ground wire you hook up there. And then once this senses about 13.5 volts, it sends power over to your second battery. That allows that to charge. I actually ran just a second battery for a little while, hooked up the accessories to it. But the only problem with that is if you've got accessories that pull juice when they're off, or you can come back, not ride it for a couple weeks, find out you've got a dead battery and you're replacing batteries. So what I've done here is it comes from the battery around to what's called a stinger. This is the kit here. Pretty little simple device. You get a ground and it needs a positive feed. So as soon as it senses a positive feed, it sends the juice from here to here. So with my setup, it energizes my winch along with my fuse block. I've got one set up on a toggle. Back in there comes from a 12 volt feed that's constant. As soon as I flip the toggle, it energizes this, and I've got power everywhere. And where that's beneficial versus a keyed switch, if you have just the keyed switch, you come up, you're riding, you got to turn the machine off. Well, as soon as you turn the switch off, you've just killed your radio. You don't have to reset your Bluetooth, get your jams going again, or what accessories you want to. So literally come up to a stop, I turn my switch on, turn the machine off, and I can still keep listening to the radio. Also, I have it set up to where as soon as you turn on the 12 volt, maybe you need to run a light bar, it's coming from here. This is the accessory. You can pick up one of these adapters, AutoZone Advance, about $6, something like that. It's got two fuses on it. So one is the accessory, the other is the split that's coming off the key. So it comes back over and around, and as soon as I turn the key on, this is energized. The only problem with this setup that I found is if you turn the toggle on, it's going to backfeed to here and keep your illumination on. Also, I believe if you had the headlights on, it would also illuminate your brake light, so you're pulling extra juice there. So what I did to fix that is I added a diode kit. And what a diode does, if you turn the switch on, it allows juice to go one way, and turn the stinger on but not backfeed. The other one that would backfeed is I have a dual voltage indicator. I also had to put a diode on it because it as well would allow voltage to backfeed off the setup and turn the illumination panel on. And they're pretty simple to install. Just make sure you install them the right way, because if you install them backwards, it's going to work opposite the way you want to. Speaking of the setup back here, so that's a 6 gauge toggle setup that comes pre-wired. I did a different setup as far as the cup holders and everything here, so I had to rewire and tweak it. You see the one little end that's kind of loose there, that's the coming off the switch that turns everything on. You don't want to have anything back feeding off of it, because then it's going to be pulling off the primary battery versus the first one. So kind of make sure you keep all that separated. Also, we've got the 12 volt, a USB setup over here as well. As far as how I've got everything wired in here, the light bar had a relay already, and it had a 3-wire switch. So I just took the blue and the white, hooked it up to one of the two toggles here. As soon as I flip the toggle, light bar comes on. My sound bar also comes off another one of these. It's fused as well. If you see this orange wire, that's the ignition wire that came with it from the kit. So I just hooked that up to a toggle, so as soon as I turn the toggle on, it turns on the sound bar as well. The other two is my illumination wires, and then my 12 volt and USB. Got 2 extra fuses here just in case I need them. Happen to blow one for some odd reason. So that's kind of the main setup here. You can also see how I have the winch relay set up here. And that's a Harbor Freight Badland, but that kind of puts it out of the way. Also, I've got one of the winch feeds right here. So the nice thing about that is I can hook up my handheld or my wireless if I need to step out front and grab my winch in case I don't have somebody inside the cab to operate the winch. This is the fuse block, if anybody wants to look that up. So again, these are all the switches that I got off eBay here, already pre-wired. So this is my zombie switch. Keys off on the vehicle. Flip it, turns everything on. Another thing, so as soon as I turn the switch on here, I've got power there. That's the 12 volt USB. You should be noticing here in a second it's going to turn blue. So as soon as it hits a certain voltage, it's going to automatically start charging your second battery there. I did like this setup because it's got the cup holders that will fit your Yeti or your bigger style cup holders, along with the I also drilled out a RAM mount here. And some people ask about why you run a dual voltage setup. So I've got a winch on this machine. So watch the voltage. That's just me free spool right now. Not necessarily free spool, but me just bumping the winch without a load, and it's dropping the voltage that quick. So you never want to be coming out of a mud hole operating your winch and pulling the voltage down your clutch pack. So that's why this setup is important here. All I gotta do is turn the switch on. I can keep going. This is actually the winch setup from the Harbor Freight. I took these screws out here and actually zip tied it. I kind of like it because if you have, like in my case, I might have my niece or my nephew riding here. Last thing I have to worry about them doing is hitting the wrong switch and potentially pulling the winch up into the bumper. That's going to kind of take care of that because you actually have to really try to get that. But it's still fairly easy to use if you're driving the vehicle. So that's my setup. Hope this helps somebody out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or post up.